Hey there, Horne-Ellstrom here. Let's talk about how to use step 2 of the SOAP framework, communication SOAP framework, to supersize and grow your business. Step 2 of the SOAP framework, of course, is O for options. Options meaning, what are some ways, we're going to brainstorm today, what are some ways we can fill the gap between where we are and where we want to be with respect to communication. And I'm trying to remember, what did I select for my business communication challenge area? And that is, improved digital presence. Why? Because my digital stuff's all over the place and I want to get a consistent message across the board, fix my branding, actually do a rebrand. It's time to do a specific rebrand. Last time I branded anything, it was as Pajama Grandma. And then the pandemic hit, which was a long time ago, right? We're going on 5 years. And I switched gears a little bit. I was already doing challenges and things, but I really switched to a get up and go challenge where every other month for 30 plus days, we would do a challenge, a monthly challenge to keep us moving forward in our lives, either personally, professionally, or both, during a time when everything was just crazy and chaotic, right? So streamlining and fixing my digital presence is what I'm working on with respect to communication, and I'm applying the SOAP framework to that. So yesterday, we described our current story, our current situation, and our desired story, and what it is that we want in that area or aspect of our business. So I wrote down a bunch of things, and in order to get there, there's this big gap, right? If I were there already, I wouldn't have to do anything. I would just keep moving forward in a different area. But with respect to communication, I know my digital presence is less than optimal, right? So I need to start taking steps to fix that and to fill that gap. What are some ways I can do that? I can brainstorm all kinds of things, but I am going to brainstorm at least 10 things today that I can do. Why? Because I'm going to use them tomorrow as part of the A of the SOAP framework, but more importantly, because I want to figure out what I'm going to do in order to actually fill that gap. I just don't want to think about it. I actually want to do it. So to begin to do that, I need to brainstorm what are possible ways I could do that. What are ways I could improve my digital presence and streamline it? Number one, I could hire a coach. I could hire a consultant. I could hire somebody to do it for me. I could look at AI options to go through all of what I am and who I am and combine that into what makes sense for the people I'm here to serve. What makes the most sense. Or, I don't know, all kinds of other things. I'm going to come up with at least 10 of those today, and then tomorrow we're going to look at them. Why 10? 10 is not a magic number. It's just a very common number, and so that's why I selected it. And I use something that I call the 10-3-1 tool. We'll brainstorm 10 options. We'll break that down to the 3 that are most appealing to us right now. Because guess what? When we brainstorm, we come up with some crazy stuff that we're never, ever going to do, right? I could bring on board a personalist representative, a personal branding individual that could do this all for me too as well, right? Anyway, some of those things we're just not going to do because they're not practical, or we don't want to, or they don't feel right for us. But we're going to break that down to 3, and then we're going to pick one thing to take action on. That's all about tomorrow. But today, in order to do that, we have to know what the possibilities are. So often when we're faced with a challenge or a problem or an obstacle, we get ourselves boxed into thinking, I either have to do this or I'm gonna lose my business, or I either have to do this or this. I only have 2 options, and neither one of them feel great to me. But guess what? There's always infinite possibilities, and we want to make sure that we are pushing ourselves toward identifying those possibilities for us, right? And the options we'll come up with are only as good as we are willing to be open-minded and open to possibilities. So we want to be expanding our mind, expanding our horizons, and looking for options and opportunities. How have other people solved this problem before? Maybe that can go on your options list. All right, any questions about this? Hit me up and ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.